You here? Hi, Coach.
Hey, Rich.
Did you do your homework and check out the history of the Clemson BC rivalry?
I did. Jason sent me a whole email on it about the helmet and the tradition, and it's pretty cool to see. Anything that revolves around tradition around here, I definitely want to stick to it. There's great tradition here, and we need to do that. So thank you for making me aware of it, Rich, and thank J-Bomb for getting me the information.
I don't know if you were with us too, but it's also was Coach Swinney's first victory as a head coach was against Boston College in 2008.
No, that I didn't know.
Special game to him as well.
Rich, he's had so many wins. I didn't know that one. He hasn't won a lot of games. He's done an incredible job.
He said the O'Rourke McFadden Trophy was his first trophy that he ever won as a head coach. So it's very special to him, believe it or not.
No, I do believe it. It's the first win. I'm sure it's one I'll never forget. I'm sure it's one he'll never forget, even though he's won. It seems like he's won about 1,000 games. But it's cool that was his first one. Hey, just speaking of that, obviously, Coach has done an unbelievable job there. I got a chance to meet him last year at the bowl game. Him and his wife were really nice to me as a young coach, guy getting ready to try to win a game and trying to put a staff together for the first time. He was awesome. So I have a ton of respect for him, the way he treated me, this offseason. I just love the way he goes about everything. He's got a great personality. He's a football guy, cares so much about the game. You could see that. And then how he's built it. And it's just really cool. A ton of respect for him and what he's done at Clemson, obviously. He's done a really nice job.
We'll go to Julian. I'm sorry. We'll go to Dan. I read the wrong hand first.
Coach, feel like every time we talk about Clemson in general, if you're in college football, you're always talking about how good they are because they got playmakers everywhere. They're loaded, all the above. If you try to stop them, they seem to have another piece that they can just go to. So do you try to stop them, or do you just try to react in a game with them where you're looking for them to maybe make a mistake or to soften up one piece of their game that then you can attack both offense and defense?
Well, you got to try to stop them, Dan. I mean, that's the name of the game on defense. So, yeah, I mean, they have great players and are really well coached. Coach Elliott does a good job schematically with what he has. It's more than just the players. I think he's a really good coach. They have the ability to run the football, run the quarterback, throw the ball down the field, their RPO game, their screen game. So they have it all, and they're really good at everything. The O-line is solid. Obviously, the quarterback, I think, Dan, the biggest thing I've seen from the quarterback is I think he's greatly and even improved from last year. The way he plays in the pocket, I think it's better. He sits there, he reads things, he goes back late, he sees things late, makes throws. He's got such a live body, and he's a twitched up big guy who can run and throw. And he's a really good player. And I have a lot of respect for him, and definitely coming back and improving says a lot about him. The back is obviously, I mentioned this to you, I think the running back is the most underrated football player in college football. The way he runs, he looks like he's on a mission constantly, and I saw it firsthand last year and watching him on tape. So, between the coaching staff, the weapons they have, the wideouts, it's a dynamic offense, but we're going to do our best to stop it. We're going to line up. I think Coach Thames put together a great plan with our defensive staff, and we're going to continue to work on doing the best we can down there. I'm excited for the challenge.
We'll go to Julian.
What's going on, Jeff?
Hey, Julian.
I just want to pick up on something I was asking the other day about just the offense, but the way you described it, right, I thought was interesting that Frank had this idea of bringing in the pro-style passing, but also maintaining the college run, the traditional college run. And it's interesting because, I'm a basketball guy, and they talk about in college football, they talk about the college run as if it's like the mid-range jumper, like it's going the way of the dinosaur. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How true is that? Where it's just like, all right, well, we'll keep it around, but the game has evolved in that way. And then how do you keep that blend? You know what I mean? That combination.
Yeah, well, I think even as you watch the NFL this year, Julian, you're starting to see the college run game enter the National Football League, right? Like it's there. Whether you watch Arizona, whether you watch even the Rams. I mean, they're all doing parts of the college run game now. It's just in the NFL, you really can't get your quarterback hit as much because you pay that guy so much money and there aren't a lot of them. And those defensive ends and linebackers are so very fast that, you know, you got a guy who can slide. But the college run game, it definitely, with the motions and shifts, there's definitely a mix in the NFL. I don't think there's as much NFL pass game in college football. And I think that's where Coach Signetti's done a really nice job conceptually combining all those. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question, Julian? Because I kind of
no, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I think if I was going to pick up on it, just I was going to ask, like, how for Signetti, like, how is that? Is that creativity? Is that just like, you know, like kind of foresight in terms of like bringing in that type of passing game into at this level?
Well, it's what he knows, right? I mean, part of the reason I hired him was because I love that aspect of it. You know, he's been in the National Football League, I think, for the last 10 or 11 years. So that's his baby. That's what he knows more than anything. And then you combine that with the other guys we have on staff and guys who've been coordinators in college football and guys who have been around, you know, RPOs and quarterback run game and some other stuff that maybe Frank hadn't done as much. That's what we're trying to piece together. And that's what I just think it's going to take some time still. You guys understand what I mean? And that's why I'm confident and patient at the same time, because I mean, in 9 months that we've been here for, we really haven't had that much football yet to really watch and digest together. And, you know, we're kind of doing everything on the run. So I think you got to give the offensive guys a ton of credit for the limited amount of time with the packages that they've been able to put in. And I just think each week you're going to see something different because of what they've been trying to accomplish.
We're going to take 2 more questions. First with Rich.
Hey, Coach. Coach Swinney referred to Nolan Turner as the best defensive back he ever coached at Clemson. Since that's your specialty, he's number 24. What have you seen about him?
Say that again, Rich.
No, I said Coach Swinney referred to Nolan Turner as the best defensive back he ever coached at Clemson. And, you know, that's your specialty. What have you noticed about him? He's number 24.
Yeah, athletic, can run, plays with really good technique. He's physical. He's tough. He's a twitched up guy. Can go up and get the ball, can tackle. That's a big compliment, you know, from Coach, who's been around a lot of good DBs. Truthfully, Rich, today's Tuesday, right? So usually I start studying their defense a little bit more late in the week. But what I have noticed, obviously, Coach Venables, I mean, everybody knows what a great job he's done. And obviously I got to be around him a little bit last year in the bowl game or the playoff game. He's got a ton of juice. He does a lot, you know, 4 down, 3 down, blitzes, plays quarters, middle closed. They're really good up front. The 2 tackles, just from first glance, seem like really good players. I know the rookie, number 11, he's going to be a big-time player. 47, the middle linebacker, I think. I don't think he played last week. I'm just looking through the cut-ups and watching. He's like your old school, traditional middle linebacker, tough, sees it. You can tell he's a smart kid, well coached. 13, and then the other DBs, I think 1-6, 26, just going quickly off of memory. I mean, they're good and they're well coached, and, you know, he gets creative and has fun with them, and he lets those guys play fast because they can run and hit. But I'll study those DBs a little more, Rich, and I can give you some more feedback on it. No disrespect to not being as detailed on it.
And we'll wrap things up with Kevin.
Hey, Coach. So the Georgia Tech game, I noticed both Phil and Travis each had a tackle in that game. It's nothing huge, obviously, but is that something you can point to and really kind of just show guys that, you know, there is a true buy-in there?
Yeah, there's no doubt. What was it in the Virginia Tech game when Phil threw the interception? You remember the tackle he made on the sideline? I mean, to me, that says it all. When your quarterback runs down the field and gives up his body and makes a hit like that, I think it tells the whole team what buy-in we have from our quarterback. Just shows what the rest of the team is all about. You know what I mean, Kevin?